How's it going, everybody? It's Avery and welcome back to my channel. So it's been another it's been another 3 weeks and I still haven't uploaded it. And I'm not gonna do this every video where I give different reasons why I don't upload. It's literally just school been beating my ass. Besides the typical nothing's really happening, and I doubt that because there's a lot of other commentary YouTubers that post a lot more consistently than me, almost daily. So it's just me not looking hard enough, but on top of that, school just been beating my ass. But yeah, still thank you guys for all the continued support on my corpse video. It's still getting recommended. It's almost at 7K views. It's my most viewed video yet, and I've still been going up in subs as of until a week ago, I think. But that's because, you know, the YouTube algorithm can't really push out a video past 1 month. Once again, even though I said it in the last video, thank you guys for all the support on that last one. It really means a lot. I worked pretty hard on that video. So yeah, thank you. But now onto today's topic. And before this video starts, I will warn you guys, I am very fucking tired right now. It's like 10 in the morning. I stayed in because it's storming outside. I was supposed to go to school today. I got up at like 7, felt like shit, and just laid down in bed and watched TikTok for 2 hours. So yeah, I will sound tired. But if you don't know, Dream SMP added a new member as of recent. And by as of recent, I mean within the 48 hours. I didn't know about this until last night when one of my friends in VC told me that this happened on Twitter. And I can't find the original tweet, but a Minecraft update page tweeted on October 23rd, 2021. What's this? I'm one of the newest members of the Dream SMP. Can't wait to make new friends and great memories. It's a screenshot of what he tweeted it, and I can't find the original tweet for some odd reason. Probably got taken down, I don't know. But keep in mind, this was 3 days ago. And for the people who don't know how the Dream SMP is somehow, I bless your soul. Imagine the OG Minecraft groups like Team Crafted or The Pack, but new gen, and a lot more toxic. And for the people who are seasoned vets in the Dream SMP, drama, I guess, you would know the amount of things that they've been through already. So seeing this wasn't necessarily a shocker, but it was also something, you know, something crazy to look at. Now, if you look up Jikishi on Twitter, you would see a lot of things like Jikishi Predator, Jikishi grooming, Jikishi kicked from Dream SMP. And by what I just said, you can imagine what happened. Now, trigger warning, this is going to be a lot of talk about sexual assault, grooming, and stuff about minors. If you are sensitive to that information, I don't blame you. You might want to click off this video. And if you're also one of them dickheads that's, oh, you snowflake, why do you have to put a trigger warning? Click off my video too. Just because you handle something one way and other people handle it another doesn't mean they're in the wrong. There isn't a right way to handle trauma, and if some people can't handle it, they can't handle it. So yeah, this is my warning. At 2:47 p.m. October 25th, 2021, Aaron or @Valxy tweeted, my experience with Jikishi Demetrius. Read and then put a twit longer. Now, this twit longer is pretty long, and I won't be giving too much of my opinion on it because this is their trauma and it's not in my place to speak on it. But I'm also not a news reporter, so don't expect me to read every line and not include any bit of personality into it. These are my videos after all. So yeah, starting off, they said, this isn't going to be easy for me to write. I don't know how to say this, and I never wanted to open up about this because at one point I was very close to this person, and to an extent I still have care for him. However, due to the recent event of him joining a considerably large content creator group and gaining exponentially more exposure, I feel like it's my responsibility to bring this to light in order to prevent this person from taking advantage of more young girls. With that being said, I'll just start from the beginning. When I was about 13, around 2016 or 2017, I met Demetrius through MCYT and mutual friends. Through Skype, we quickly became very close friends, and he often made me feel like I had a safe space with him, and I trusted him like family. We messaged and called often, talked like best friends for many months, and stayed close over a few years. Over time, the dynamic shifted from nothing more than platonic friends to him being sexual towards me and wanting sexual things from me. The earliest conversation history I have is from when I was 14 in 2018 and he was 18 and 19, May birthday. You can see things were already sexual on his end, and we had our first mention of a meetup. And apologies if I'm stuttering or taking a lot of deep breaths. This is somebody's experience, and I don't want to read it as if I'm reading off just a news article. I still want to humanize them in some way, so I don't want to take too many cuts and then make it seem like I'm just reading off of a script. Now, these are a lot of screenshots, so I won't go through all of them because that would make the video too long, but the gist of these screenshots, and you can pause and read a couple because I'll be scrolling down, is just him being sexual. And you can tell us in a joking manner, but that's not to say there's no meaning behind it. I mean, we've all done it before where we're joking with somebody we like in a flirting way, but it doesn't always have to end up sexual. But the difference is she's 13 and he's 18. Now back to the twit longer. It said, he would frequently ask me for nudes, joke about us sending nudes to each other, and talk about me, about my body, and about sex. When I was 14 and 15, Demetrius and I exchanged explicit pictures. He sent me his dick and asked for tit pics, to which I agreed, as well as him paying me for one instance. He was 19 and 20. Now, I won't give my personal opinion on this until after I'm done reading, but this is genuinely disheartening. It's honestly so sick, the things that people do, and the same argument is always used. Oh, she's mature for her age. She's mature for it. Shut the fuck up. You're a full-grown man. This chick is in high school. But I digress. I'll give my opinion on everything after I'm done reading. They attached multiple images now, which is a lot, so I won't be stopping to read them, but you can pause. I'll pull up every screenshot, and you can take your time with reading every one of these. Also, apologies for the loud noise in the background if you even can hear that. I have my headphones kind of low, so I can't really hear it in the recording. But they're doing construction outside my building, and for some reason, it's now as I started recording that they started doing it. I call bullshit, it was a planned attack. But yeah, back to this bit longer. We also discussed more about him coming to visit me in my hometown, and in these conversations his replies would get extremely sexual and pushy. I was coming from a place of eagerness to meet one of my best friends in person. He was not on the same page. They attached the link, and it says, if we would have met up that summer, it would have been 15 while he was 20, alone in a hotel with a man who said he would try to not make sexual advances on me. That word, try. You're one sick fucker. You're one sick dude, Jikishi. As I said before, I'm not going to go through these screenshots and read all of them because it would be too long. There's a bunch of screenshots here and it would take too long for me to read them, and I won't read them, but I will include it in every single one that is attached. You can pause every time and read them, I got you. But I did stop to read this one screenshot, and she said, you're about to be 20. That's crazy. And Jikishi, this full-grown man, responds to this 15-year-old, shh, it's fine. I also just need to work on being less horny by the time I visit LMFAO. Excuse me? Did you, a 20-year-old full-grown man, just tell a 15-year-old you gotta work on being less horny? What you mean by that? Cause by the looks of it, this sounds like a case to me. I'm just saying. But instead, you wanna be a pedophile to a 13-year-old, a 15-year-old. Even then, still underage. But back to what I was reading. Him talking to me like this carried on until I was 16, and even after I curved him multiple times and expressed my disinterest in him sexually, I wanted to keep talking to him because I didn't want to lose one of my best friends. So I tried to ignore it and disregard it, and when he made sexual remarks towards me, I can no longer ignore it as his audience of young and impressionable girls is growing by the second. I blocked him on Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram several months ago after we eventually grew apart, and have not spoken to him since. I also know that I was not the only underage girl he was sexual with. This was my experience with Jikishi / Demetrius, and I'm sharing it to prevent it from being someone else's too. Please be careful of who you keep close and who you give platforms to. All screenshots, and then they attach another link. My condolences to this person on Twitter, even though I don't know them personally. Nobody should have to go through this and what they went through, but I want to give my opinion. Now, I've been in toxic and manipulative relationships before, so I perfectly see where you're coming from, and before I continue, no, I am not disagreeing with the victim in any way, shape, or form. Jikishi or Demetrius is a piece of shit that needs to be held accountable for his actions and needs to be removed off of his platforms. But for the dumbasses on Twitter who don't understand what a toxic relationship is, let me describe it to you. Or at least let me shed some light on what her point of view and her thinking was. From what I can see, this was one of her closest friends that she thought was just a little bit misguided. Maybe just a little bit cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but we've all had that one friend before that is cool in every aspect, but they have that one thing about them. And seeing how they knew each other since the beginning, they never thought of it as that much. Obviously, he had other plans. He's him. He had other plans, but she never thought of it as anything that was going to excel further. She even said it herself that he made her feel like she was in a safe space. And although you can't say it was her fault for staying in the relationship with all the red flags, you got to keep in mind she thought it was normal. She thought it was just a one-off thing because this is one of her closest friends that she's known for years. There would be no reason to expect this person would think of something so sick and sadistic towards them, but apparently we were wrong because it ended up like this. Now, Dream, the owner of the Dream SMP, I'm not on his Twitter. I don't use his Twitter. He's been in too much controversy. I don't like the dude personally. That's a story for another video. But he tweeted out on his private page that somebody screenshotted and then reposted, removed Demetrius from the SMP for gross accusations that he also confirmed privately were accurate. No questions and no toleration. Disgusted and incredibly disappointed. We'll never let things like this stop me from trying to uplift members of the community and smaller content creators. It's part of what makes our community great, so stick together. Be there for people who need it and always be safe online. Love you. And no way do I respect the dude, and no, I'm not giving him props, but at least he admitted it. I'm not commending him for what he did because he has yet to apologize. He admitted to it in private, but still hasn't said anything about it. And even after he got caught for everything, all he tweeted was Minecraft with a smiley face. You're a piece of shit. He's been kicked out of Dream SMP luckily, and if you look on his Twitter page, everybody's making fun of him for it, which I commend everybody for. Clap it up. Make fun of this pedophile. This is the one time I support cyberbullying. He paid for nudes from a 15-year-old when he was 20. How low of the low, bottom of the bucket, bottom feeder scraper can you be? Like, at this point, I'm just venting. I'm just talking shit at this point because this is genuinely saddening. Full-grown man paying for nudes for someone who's completely underage. Gets caught for it and then doesn't even apologize. You're just gonna pretend like nothing happens. Now, this isn't an open window for you trolls on the internet to go and dox him like they did with Corpse. Two different stories. I'm just using it because it's in at least recent times. Although he does need to be held accountable for his actions, I don't believe that anybody should get doxxed because it can then lead to problems with people who know that person. God forbid they do the same thing they did with Corpse, dox him, and now his entire family's information is leaked. And boom, there goes the privacy of the people who associate themselves with this monster they didn't know was a monster, and now they're being held accountable for his actions. Honestly, I have no more thoughts on the situation. I really came on here as kind of as a blank canvas. I didn't want to really give my opinion on it. Instead, I wanted to share it because people people like this need to be kicked off the internet. This is actually illegal. It's not even like, oh, this has just happened on the internet, they got caught lacking, or down bad 4K. No, this is straight up illegal. Solicitation of explicit images with a minor. And it's not even something I had to look up, it's just blatant information. I'm not making fun of anybody that didn't know, but this is just, he's selling nudes, or sending nudes, and receiving nudes from a minor. He has plans to have sex with a minor, or at least had plans because she didn't agree, luckily. Please, if you know anybody supporting Jikishi, please tell them to stop supporting him immediately. If you ever feel you're in a situation like this, don't be scared to talk to somebody, honestly. It's a lot easier to see the red flags when you're looking from outside in than inside out. I'll try and include a couple of phone numbers in the description and a couple of websites where you can go and talk to somebody if you're feeling you're in a situation like this. But yeah, thank you guys for sticking around to the end. If you did, be sure to leave me a like, comment, and sub. It's always appreciated. As well, hit the notification bell so you can see when I upload next. And look at the description for the Discord. It's been pretty active as of recent. You can join up, start up a conversation. We're all really friendly here. But yeah, besides that, stay safe, y'all. It's a dangerous world out there, and have a blessed night, y'all.